Fire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
You know, I had tickets to see Letterkenny live February 11th, so I was going to come up that week, but then it got postponed.
Yeah,
but I'm going to come up anyway.
Come
How
back.
about that?
You're gonna come back for Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Well,
yeah. Not your show, but Letterkenny. Okay.
Cool, dude.
That's chill.
Didn't know you were a Canadian file.
No. I didn't know you were such a Canada file.
Didn't know you were such a Canuck file.
You know, I am.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I am with Jewish people. Oh, I love it. Oh, I just love it so much. Oh, you guys are just so specific about what you want. Oh,
make that big, Lou, so I can see Jacob better. It's been a wild time since we were gone. A lot of crazy shit going on in the world of comedy. I was so happy to hear, and this is an update. Nikki Glazer put the song out for Bob Saget, which...
Because that's what we do now.
By the time we got to it, even, at Legion of Skanks, the comments were already disabled on YouTube.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, once that was put out to the real world and not just like
in the
fans,
bubble? Not in the bubble?
Not in the bubble. I'm sure there was some things going on there.
I can honestly say I was away, but I was listening to Skanks while playing video games.
Was that your first hearing of the Nikki song? No, you heard that already.
I sent it to you.
You did. That's right.
Sweet Jason.
Sent it to a group.
I got tipped off on that thing the second it dropped.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
Comedians are going nuts. They're just going nuts. Everyone's fucking losing their shit. You know what it is?
There's the camaraderie. Camaraderie's gone.
It's gone. You're not seeing each other.
Everyone's off in their world doing their own thing. She is very successful. She's going to be on NBC tonight. She is only around celebrities
and people that benefit off her.
Correct.
Bubbles.
But there's also a thing to be said. Look, when I was away from comics for months doing like the rock tours, doing comedy on, I came back with things.
Like, what's up, guys? We're keeping it sleazy. You're just all rock star life.
You guys want to boot some smack in the bed? Smack.
Yeah, I wrote a
This is a coke business. Yeah.
We need uppers, not downers.
Yeah. No, when what was it?
You were saying when you were when
I wasn't around comedians and I was on these rock tours, I did things. And by the way, that I stand by. They're not long-term detrimentals. They're also things you can own very much and laugh at also. The same way I said. So I came back. I had the gloves at that point. You know what I mean? Like the fingerless gloves.
Is that where you picked them up?
Yeah. The band was like, you should wear more flair on stage because you're doing like, you're a rock and roll comic. But again,
I didn't know that was your. I didn't know that was your Excalibur moment.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was when you removed the sword from the stone.
And here's the thing: they're not wrong. They weren't wrong. However, there's a thing they'll never understand. Never understand. If you're in a band and tomorrow you started wearing like, I'm just going to wear a vest and a top hat, they go like, that's fucking rad, dude. You're doing a look.
Remember at Bonnaroo when we saw the guy in just the poncho?
Yes, exactly. Right.
The Gary Clark Jr. band?
You're right. And when you go backstage and you're a dude again, they go, why are you wearing a poncho in the middle of the summer? He goes,
you're jacked and I'm pretty sure my girlfriend wants to bang you.
He goes, it's like, yeah, I do the poncho thing on stage. Right. But you don't really have to answer for it because you're in a different kind of world.
Well,
I got my nose pierced.
Yeah.
I came back with the gloves. It ate shit for months on the nose ring, years on the gloves. Now, eventually, though, you go, I like the way they look. But also, I am very willing. I love it. Bobby Kelly. Jay and his stupid fucking mittens. You know what I mean? And everything. I'm like, yeah, sure. By the way, it's like, yes, it should be made fun of.
Fucking
It's a thing. It's a thing now.
Bobby and his factory owner speak always makes me laugh.
I love it. So that's what I'm saying. Making fun of like the stuff because I wasn't removed long enough and deep enough that when I got back, I didn't have anything where I'm like, fuck that deal. They're making fun of me for being in my 30s and getting a nose piercing. I'm like, I laugh. I go, I know, right? It is weird. At my 30s, I go, let's get some new piercings.
Yeah, man, that's the only way to make anything yours.
But it's like
comic. You're so cool.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But when you accept the thing that everyone makes fun of, and you're kind of like, man, all right, I can.
The world of comedy believes that she is not going to have a sense of humor about this at all. And then I say, well, then.
But have you had people reach out to you?
Then you're going in comedy. No, but anytime all comics have heard this for the most part.
Oh, I heard it. But I was saying I was listening, and that was one of my favorite Legion of Skanks episodes ever.
It was wild. I'll tell you.
Lewis came in great. Lewis had me really laughing. And then you and Josh, I didn't know what the song was going to be. And when the song hit, I was like, God damn it, that's perfect.
Well, here's what I like to do for the campers, because not all campers listen to Skanks. and vice
Well, they
versa.
should.
So I'd like to
Guest
play.
is on
I have
the-
Christine in my email that you have to the audio version. You have that that I just got today.
I think it's the one you just got today. It's the last one.
You got something hot off the press? Do you have a song about Bob Saget? This is about Louis Anderson.
Oh no! It's Bob Saget for sure. It's the same one you heard. But I'm gonna for this. What I'd like
Before I
to
die, sing
what-
a song for me.
what I'd like the people to hear first of all, because you haven't heard the
I want
Black
you
Lou.
to sing for me.
You haven't heard the Nicki song yet. Nope. Jacob, I know. Jacob, I listened to it with today, and DJ Lou, you said you haven't heard it at all.
Can't
yet.
wait.
So we're going to hear this. I'm going to tell you what I'd like to do in successive order here. I'd like to play the Nikki Glazer song, short. Then I would like to play you the live from
Do
Legion
you think
of
we're
Skanks.
do you think we're gonna get more ad reads because we play the song?
Yeah, probably. We're going to be up to 9 if I had to guess. They go, is Nikki Glazer back in radio?
Flood it.
I don't even know. Don't even double check that. Just fucking. Her name was being said.
Ching, 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 ching.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have Mickey D's by the end of the day.
Guys, Apple's on the phone
Yeah,
and they mean
Whole
business. What if I told you Viacom, the parent company,
Would like to advertise here.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So I'd like to play first the song she wrote, which is just borderline concerningly ridiculous, and then.
Man,
And then on Legion of Skanks, what we did was when me and Josh Adam Myers listened to this song, we're like, there's so much downtime in this song.
Josh is like the specialist in this moment.
He is.
Where they show up to his like shop, and he's like singing a song. He's like,
Who's that? What's up? How can I help you?
Yeah.
You know my rate. What do you want me to do?
I mean,
Want me to come in and sing a parody song?
something.
I'm with it.
Now we said on Legion of Skanks, me and Lewis were both going to make our own Bob Saget song.
which is very
which
funny.
we both did.
The Bone Thugs and Harmony was really making me laugh.
What's that?
Bob.
Oh no! When I said he should have. He goes, and I'm gonna miss Danny Tanner,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna miss Danny Tanner,
Danny
Tanner.
Bob. Dude, that was making me laugh.
Bob. But we so what Josh just did when we were listening to Nikki Glazer, I was playing it for him for the first time, and on the downtime, just on beat, he would just go. He goes, this song's missing something, like on all this downtime, and he would just go on like every couple of beats. He go, I love you, Bob Saget, and we did that live on Legion of Skanks, and I'll play you that because the whole crowd joins in. It's so funny. But then and then we did our song we wrote original, which I'm going to play for you after that.
Okay.
We did it in studio
Okay.
at Gas Digital, so you can I flubbed the words on the live one, but it's still funny. I hope.
Yeah.
But the
It was fucking awesome. It was, dude, I'm telling you, that whole
But-
episode of Legion of Skanks was
but when-
outside of the song too.
But
It was
we
very
also
funny.
we also remixed Nicki's song. We don't have that done yet, but I'm going to tell you what we did because I was making Jacob laugh so hard on the phone today. But first things first, we got to let this Nicki thing play. Do you mind? Do you care?
Play it. I've heard it.
Yeah.
It's not like I haven't heard it.
Oh.
Everyone in comedy's heard it.
Two people? No, not
No,
not
people
to lose.
who work in comedy.
Ooh, okay. I thought these guys did work
No,
in
no, no.
comedy.
I mean
but all right.
stand-ups.
No, I'm fucking
Oh,
with you.
okay.
Fuck
Yeah.
with you. Okay, well, maybe when you guys work in comedy one day, Luz.
Do you guys do stand up now? Does everyone do stand up?
Probably.
Yeah.
You guys might as well.
God, jump in, dude. Everyone's getting in the pool. Oh my God.
This is crazy.
You guys haven't heard this?
Pause it. And Lou, you have heard it. Oh yeah, please don't. I want you to understand. You can't miss a word of this. Every word.
I know you're
going
going to hear it. I want you to listen to
Yeah.
it.
You're going to hear it. I want you to drink in the things being said. Okay, please.
Our last run-in was in Milwaukee. We were cracking jokes.
Milwaukee this weekend, everybody.
Shout out the
For
Improv.
different crowds than for ourselves. Around the table, we laughed at stupid shit. If I had known that you would die, what would I change?
What?
Are we allowed to talk during it?
Sometimes I speak
I mean, in between.
to the sky. Don't hurt the people I love. Don't hurt anyone.
I mean, that's hilarious. That's objectively funny.
Sorry to ask so much of a stranger.
It's objectively funny to tell the sky not to hurt anyone.
Okay.
Shove a
Am I not? All right.
Oh wait, go back. I'm sorry you were so much of a ghost, or what?
What? Who is having
I'm sorry.
that conversation?
With
you.
All right.
Sorry to ask so much of a stranger,
To ask so much of a stranger.
and I'm sorry to ask so much of a ghost.
To ask so much of a ghost.
Trish, not now.
No. So,
Someone to trust. When I was down, you brought me up, hanging out with you, full of life and beautiful.
You actually know it now.
oh yeah. I love you, Bob Saget.
That's perfect. Is that where he drops it?
Oh, buddy, you'll hear it next.
Is it just like the instrumental break?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, on harmonica, Andrew Collins.
But okay. 3, 4.
Play me in.
Our last run-in was in Milwaukee. We were cracking up.
Damn, dude, Milwaukee getting a lot of play.
Two lonely souls, now two old
friends.
What?
I don't know.
Your jokes were dark, your eyes so bright and kind. I guess I knew one day you'd die,
but just not when.
But
Sometimes I speak to the sky.
I say, Con!
Hurt the people. Don't hurt anyone.
Don't hurt anyone, Scott.
Don't hurt the people I love.
Please don't take anyone.
Yeah, don't take Louis Anderson. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, I walked into it.
All right, now play the version of Legion of Skanks, because tell me we didn't beef this thing up.
Damn, dude.
And then I want to give you a
Damn.
preview of what the
Dude.
professional remix is.
I'm very excited to get into the Dead Song game, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for my jams. I'm going all the way back to Mike
Louis
DiStefano.
Anderson, I didn't even know you were still alive.
Life with Louis.
I thought you died, that's why you stopped hosting the Family Feud.
I heard a rumor that you fucked kids and it made it weird. Me watching everything you ever did. But then you died and now I want attention.
And your secrets die with you.
Take him to the grave.
You got it, Christine?
I think this is it right here.
I like your hands on your chest like you're aghast. Oh!
Comedian who works here at the stand, who
Blah, 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 blah. That's great. She's doing great. She's doing fine.
She's doing fine.
Something's wrong. Something's going crazy.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
Double audio.
Damn, dude. Dropping that song, is that the comic equivalent of going nude in a movie?
No, it's I use this as an example too. There was this thing that a porn star killed herself.
All right.
Because she got so much hate mail because she pulled her titties out at a George Floyd memorial. Like she took a picture with a George Floyd memorial.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And everyone's like,
that.
how the hell could you do that? And it's like, what? Do the thing she does in tribute of George Floyd? Like she shows her tits for a living. Like she did it in front of a George. That makes more sense to me than that makes more sense. Why are you giving a tribute with something you don't do? A whole different art.
Yeah.
never done it. But she put out this Instagram post.
What's happening?
Sorry, I don't know. Something's fucked up.
Did the ghost of Nikki blast the board?
We could probably find that during the first break.
Yeah, it's
Is
not,
that good?
It's a board problem. There's something going on with it.
Okay, we'll figure it out during the break, maybe. Yeah, but in that, can you play the audio thing I gave you of our me and Josh Adam Myers tribute to Bob Saget?
I think so.
So you guys did it live on the. I heard it live on Legion of Skanks, and then you went in the studio
to cut it properly.
As your friend, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Because we're avoiding bubbles here.
Mm-hmm.
We're avoiding silos.
Sure.
Doesn't it take away the making fun of her by you guys going into the studio and doing it?
No.
Doesn't it take a little bit away from what she did? You know, like making fun of it wise?
We're making fun of her.
I know, but you guys also went into the studio and did a song for real. That's
right. That's what's ridiculous. We wrote this song in, I'm not exaggerating, 40 minutes.
I want to know how long it took her to write that song.
It doesn't matter. She means it.
Oh, I know.
I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Like, oh, parody songs are fucking.
By the
lame.
way, I'm only saying
Sure.
that to get all your angles, dude.
Sure. Listen, if somebody said you did the same thing, like, no, ours is meant and designed entirely to be funny.
Yeah.
We're guilty of Stephen Lynch-esque comedy is what we're guilty of here.
Stephen Lynch ruled.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not a musical comedian.
Yeah.
But like,
Joe DeRosa and I was trying to get me because I'm like, I love parody songs. And he's like, what? And I was like, I'll tell you right now, Joe, been a Weird Al Yankovic guy since I can remember.
Me too.
Love parody songs. Do you get a good parody song? You got me.
this is a parody, but it's a tribute to Bob Saget and now also Nikki Glaser herself.
Yeah, it's a tribute.
A living tribute to her.
It's a tribute to her.
Or
art.
tribute. It's exactly
a tribute to her tribute.
It's a tribute to her tribute. Do you have it, Christine?
Do you tell the sky not to yell?
No, I don't.
Sky, don't yell at my friends. They're going through a lot.
So I now present to you the Bonfire premiere. Luz, are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't believe neither one of the Luz. Jacob, have you heard it?
No.
I did. I mean, my favorite line was.
All right,
No. He hasn't. He hasn't. You know, Jacob didn't hear the.
I was asking Jacob if you heard Jay and Josh's.
Jacob.
You haven't heard it.
No, I have not.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah, I thought you were going to say a line from the song. I was like, you can't do that.
No, he wanted
No,
this
no,
fresh.
from the one we just heard.
Am I the only
have a
one
favorite
here that supports Legion of Skanks besides Christine?
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Just saying. I'm not just a
No.
guest. I'm also a
Everyone's
fan.
got a busy life. No one knew that this gem was.
I was playing 2 hours.
Fly
I was playing 2 or 3 hours of Friday the 13th, and just listening to you guys. I was running from Jason, and I was listening to you guys be hilarious.
That's a good way to really occupy your mind when Jason's coming after you.
Dude, it's great. That game's so fun.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let it play and play it through the end because we have a little reprise at the end of it.
Ooh, I like a reprise.
There's a little reprise.
Oh.
It starts with
Second, I don't know why. When you died, everybody cried. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to take a celebrity death and make it about me. Time is a valuable thing. Mine was wasted when I heard Nikki Glaser sing. Watching Spotify, running time. The song's only 3 minutes, but it feels too long. I only knew him from that one show, Friday night before the winds low. Trying to think. I don't even know. Oh, right, America's Funniest Videos. Seemed like a pretty cool dude. Stephanie Tanner used to say how rude. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard,
but couldn't cry. 'Cause in the end, I didn't really know him. He did my podcast, it was pretty cool. But in the end, I didn't really know him.
Full House was a pretty dope show. Uncle Jess used to fuck on Becky, yo. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself to always cut it out. In spite of the way you were mocking me, DJ Tanner was not the girl for me. Not Miss Cheryl, even Stephanie. Kimmy Gibbler's the girl who got me. Things aren't the way they were before. You can't masturbate to teenagers anymore. Not that I'm saying you did, but it doesn't matter now because you're dead. You kept everything inside, or maybe you didn't. I don't really know. What it meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard,
but couldn't cry. 'Cause in the end, I didn't really know him. He waved at me once, or at least I thought that was for me. 'Cause in the end, I didn't really know him.
And now
the reprise.
Nice reprise. We let this fades out a little bit. Comes in, sneaks up on you. It's like listening to a bonus track on a CD.
All right, I'm waiting.
Dramatic piano.
Bob Sagadoo, Papa Diva, Bob Sagadoo, Papa Diva,
gotta have some corn.
Papa Diva, Papa Sagadoo, Papa Diva, Papa Sagadoo, Papa Diva, Papa Sagadoo, Papa Diva, Papa Sagadoo, Papa Diva, Papa Sagadoo,
I was doing this.
Bob Sagadoo, Bob, his name was Bob. Bob said get out the digger-doo. Bob, his name was Bob. Bob
Which,
said get out
you know,
the digger-doo. Bob,
R.I.P.
his
Meatloaf.
name was Bob.
His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson. Yeah, no, Meatloaf's dead too.
It would be awesome if the family played this. If Bob Saget's family played this song, not Nicky's.
Well, the wife already put out a thing like he loved you so much, and on her when she posted her song.
Yeah, dude, that's the new death dance of social media. That's how we do our new death dances.
So
Sing a song for me.
sing for me.
Sing for me.
Dude, Howard Stern was great. He was like, "Hey, Nikki, if you have these feelings for me, can you write the song now?" Because he goes, the only person who would like this song died.
That's very funny. It's very funny.
This is the, I don't know. Patrice died,
Yeah.
and there's no inner policing of comedy.
I'm telling you what it is, man. It's social media allows you to be in your own bubble, and all you hear is the people that like it, and so no one's gonna rock the boat, you know? It's like everyone's like, yes, that's incredible. Because
It's
like,
become L.A.
who
That was L.A.'s thing. When Kevin Hart first moved to L.A., his explanation to me the difference was in New York, basically said it polices itself. He used me. He goes, Jay, if you started wearing a half top on stage in New York, immediately when you walk in, people are like, what the fuck are you doing? You're wearing a half top, and just shit on you. And he goes, in L.A., everyone's such a climber that they're going to go, oh, dude, that's fucking that's a great idea, man. You should wear a half. Because they're either I was behind your idea that goes huge,
Mhm.
or if it fucking like failed, you're not the person who like, you're not their enemy who like told them not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, or if it fucks up for them, they're out of your way.
But so now that's just
They're like, oh, that guy
national.
was a funny guy he wore a half top, and then no one cared about him anymore.
So-
Great, out of my way.
Are you saying that the LA kind of attitude is now national? It's gone global?
I can't see. I couldn't. Why did Schumer find like her friends like come here? The guy she's on tour with go like
Go to the Post.
Don't do this.
Christine,
Don't put
go
this
to the
out.
Post. Because I want to see who we follow, who we're friends with that liked the Post.
Oh yeah, and
To
then do
be
me a
like-
favor, Christine. Also bring up my Instagram also, and then block the people who do this. The people that are crossover, block them, please.
Oh, that what? That like you?
That we know that liked it.
Oh, I want to hold them. I want to ask them.
Yeah.
I want to like.
You liked it, huh?
If we're friends enough with them, I would like to call them on the show.
I'll call them right now,
That's what I mean.
immediately.
I want to call and be like, "Hey, do you like that song?
Yeah,
Do you really like that song? Explain to me."
dude, that was.
'Cause if
Did you
you
hear that?
can-
Did you hear that? So we had the KFC bars, the Barstool Sports guys.
Yeah, KFC and
Feidelberg.
Feidelberg rules.
They were great, but I was
So
saying, did you see when they had them
KFC,
on when they both tried to say something like objectively nice about it, and I told them both
Well,
to take a lap.
The song is good.
Did you hear that when he was like,
Yeah.
actually, the Feidelberg was like, actually, I mean, I got to say honestly, her voice like isn't as bad. It's not that bad at all. And I was like, Feidelberg, I know we just met today. Take a lap, dude.
Pete
I need you
Lee-
to take a lap and come back in and rethink about what you said.
Pete
take
Lee,
a lap.
Pete Lee said, "Beautiful." We're not close enough with him.
Oh my fuck.
Real Jeff Ross said, "Awesome."
Pete Lee, you're lucky I can't find your gun and shoot you with it for writing that. Now I know where you hide it.
Oh, dude! Shout out to Andrew H655
Jeff Ross.
On Jeff Ross wrote awesomeness, and Andrew H655 on Instagram wrote, "No, it's not, and you know it." It got more likes than fucking Jeff Ross's post. No, it's not. No, it's not.
5
dude.
likes versus 48 likes.
Dude. I mean, it is. It's all a bubble.
Okay. Listen.
No, but Christine, can you go to see who liked the post, not who commented,
Yeah.
but who liked it? Can you see the views? Click on the views, and it should show you.
Click on the likes. Will it not show you?
It's not showing it. You're gonna have to like it, and you can't like it. So.
Christine liked it.
Can you let me in? All right, hold on.
Christine-
I'm up over the firewall, and you know what, guys? Yep, I'm
I'm
running, and I got it.
Hang on. Well, I do want to read some more of these because these are okay. Is that the girl who's on tour with her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This song hits me right in the heart every time. Thank you for taking this leap. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, that you sure does. But it's so worth it. Not ain't. Your voice is pure and real, and Bob would be touched if he could hear this. Maybe he can. So beautiful. Look at all those check marks, though, too.
Check marks show up to compliment.
Nikki, you're such a
dude.
bright light. And what a voice. You turn pain into art. Sorry for your hurt. I mean, this is just...
Man, people just say the words and have zero meaning behind it. They don't mean any of this. You know what I mean? You know what? Let's start doing that around here. Lou, I love this combination of your Pearl Jam Mets hat. Is that going to be like a new thing on Mondays? You
Yeah.
look fucking sick, dude. You look so awesome.
Dude, dirty blue and black is the new couture.
Everyone says that, and I fucking love it. Christine, that big red jacket better be on every goddamn
This is
day.
great.
You're a fucking queen,
Someone
and you've
wrote-
never been wrong.
Someone wrote
Oh, we got him. Thank you, sir.
the likes.
Oh, yeah. Mark Norman. He likes everything. He is a robot. Literally, I've watched him just go down his feet. He just likes every single
So?
post. Yeah. Jeff
about
Ross. Karen Feehan.
Nuh-uh.
Get Karen Feehan on the phone.
horn?
Get her on the horn, because I just saw her this weekend. She said it was terrible.
Yeah, so Karen, what is it? And bring her on the radio, because if you're going to fucking pull this shit, we're going to fucking come after you.
Son of a bitch.
Mike Feeney.
Get him
On the
Christine.
phone. Mike Feeney and Karen Feehan.
Christine, get him on the fucking horn. I want these people on the show today.
And honestly, that's really it.
Is that really it?
That really is it, dude.
Yeah. Wait for our guest, Ari Shafir, to come in before we take these people to task
my
also.
God. Yeah, I didn't know you were going to bring in the fucking Joker. You want to know?
I miss Pop Sackett. Uncle Joey is still alive. How's that?
Damn, dude.
I made Jay promise that he would do a song for Jacob if I die unexpectedly.
100%.
You know what's funny? That's what I asked Shane to do a Screamo song. I said, will you do a song? And you go, hell yeah, dude, I'll do a Screamo song.
Fuck yeah. Not me. I'm doing this exact kind of song like this for Jacob. I want it to be so weirdly emotional.
Oh, I'm going to take it.
Sometimes I miss your little beard.
I would, yeah.
I miss your mom's room in your wacky Florida house. I miss the
I
old
think you need to.
Supergirl.
I think you need to corner the
Love
market.
Stargirl.
He's flying up in the air with Airwolf. He's afraid. He's not afraid to fly.
CW lost all the ratings now.
You can listen to your neighbors bang in heaven while you're hanging out with Pop Saget.
Decorate your cloud with Titanic remnants.
Maybe even interview the captain.
You
Oh,
were
that
so beautiful that St. Peter probably let you bring your Nazi book.
Watching down on Joey Logano, who's gonna join you in 3 months because he's in a dangerous sport.
In a fiery blaze when he made the third turn at Daytona.
Just like Senior. Man, I was driving back. to
Just
this-
like Dale Sr.
While we get these people on the phone. Karen Feehan's first. I was driving back. We were driving back from the weekend, or the week away, and there was a lady in a giant SUV. Dude, if you have bumper stickers, you're a fucking dork. You're just a dork. And this lady had bumper stickers that were like, first off, the funniest one, Salt Life, which I actually do like. When I see that, I'm like, all right, these people are just openly honest that they're alcoholics, just living that Salt Life.
Mhm.
But then she had a bumper sticker that said, just a proud American mom raising lions, not sheep. And immediately I was like, dude, we got to take a look at this lady. And she was in a big SUV, and we were in just like a little shitty rental car that we rented, like one of those little tiny Nissans. And I was like, get up to the side. And we were like driving to the side, and the lady looked exactly
Like you thought?
Oh, like wraparound Oakleys, Four Chins.
Fucking
Yeah.
vaccines for fag shirt.
Oh, yeah, dude. She's like, fucking Fauci's out. She can suck a dick. I don't fucking wear a mask. Dude, Jeffrey Asmus, who's going to be opening for me in Minneapolis, just has this line that you would fucking love to death in his joke, where he's like talking about mask people, and he's like, oh yeah, people, nylon bothers you? Good luck with modern pussy. Good night. He goes, good luck with thick modern pussy. Dude, I was like, I gotta tell Jay that line. It's so fucking
Thick modern.
I'm probably even fucking it up, but you'll if you see me in Minneapolis, Jeffrey will be with me. He's fucking very funny.
Can definitely feel Taylor in your singing.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Should I just do Queens of the Stone Age parodies?
I mean, first of all, you may have a bad. I think both our guys are just.
Is he
rotten
got Worth
dudes.
with Homie?
I saw another thing. Someone showed me another thing. I don't think this is Worth. Do you know his daughter like tried to file a restraining order against him. His daughter.
Yeah, I saw that, and then someone hit me with another article that said that that's the mom making him look bad in court for custody.
Sure.
So
maybe
I'm hoping as my favorite.
But your daughter wanting
I don't know, dude.
I think it's like listen.
If he turns out to be a Gary, what a beautiful ending to this whole story.
True that. Marilyn Manson. Now they're saying a video that I loved. Heart-shaped glasses. Good video. And which on YouTube they've now cut out the beginning of the video. You can only get it on other websites because it's Evan Rachel Wood in the beginning, and they're fucking to the tune of a different song before the video kicks in.
Sure.
And she is now in part of that documentary. It's going to come out
on HBO.
She says flat out that he was raping her there. He got her all banged up on absinthe and said they were going to do like a simulated sex scene. And then he just like while they were doing, he just started fucking her in front of the crew. And she's like, "He raped me on camera."
Raping on absinthe, dude.
I'd like to just think she's a lying piece of shit, but she's probably telling the truth about everything.
You saw me try to do that with his daughter. I threw a girl under the bus. I go, she's a puppet.
Look, I want to believe she's just some whorebag slut who wanted it and fucking piece of shit garbage liar.
God.
However, she's probably completely telling the truth.
We're gonna have to. I mean, that's probably going to be a whole.
It all adds up.
There's probably going to be a whole Lost Tapes when that documentary drops.
Oh my God, 2 parts.
Yeah, 2-parter.
Yeah, it ain't gonna look good for him.
No. What's up, Black Lou?
You got Mike Feeney on line 1.
Okay.
All right. Mike Feeney calling into the bonfire. Feeney, you there?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Mike Feeney from the Here's a Scenario podcast. He does with Brendan Sagalow. Hilarious comedian. All around great guy.
Love him. We played Ghosts of Tsushima together. We had dominated the dead several times in that game.
I'll argue not only hilarious.
I miss those days.
I'll tell you not only hilarious, but one of the finest side parts in comedy history, I'd say.
Insane. 20s piano player side part.
I mean, it's perfect.
Guy can play off anybody. Now, Feeney, why we are bringing you onto the show today is because we would like to know why you liked Nikki Glazer's post about her song.
I mean, getting a text from Christine to just say to call in with no context.
Yeah.
I knew I was walking into something.
Yeah, dude, you're Pesci and Goodfellas. What do you think? You think we're gonna make a guy that? You think we're gonna make a guy that fucking took out a Mark Man?
You fucking Mick. You know.
Yeah, you got Irish blood in you. Get the fuck out.
I asked her for context, and she didn't write back.
She's a good producer. Because she's a goddamn good producer.
Good job, Christine.
Son of a bitch.
Why did you like it? Did you feel like you needed to?
No, I mean, did I needed to? No, I mean, listen, we've talked about this. I also feel like
why? Because I texted him when I saw you liked it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I got this idea because I was so fired up. I'm like, who the fuck's liking this bullshit? And I saw Feeney and I texted Feeney. I was like, why the fuck are you liking that post? What's up? What's wrong? And he goes, I'll let him say it.
Well, here's my thing. I feel like the more that comedians try to do things like earnest attempts at music, like Brendan Sagalow, for instance, is doing rapping on our Patreon and stuff like that, the more
Wait. Like for real?
Dude, first off, I'll tell you, Mike Feeney will survive a zombie apocalypse because he just learned how to shoot his fatter friend in the leg.
Yeah, that was great.
And let us eat him. Because he absolutely just clipped him in the knee and was like, all right, fucking feast on this fatso.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. Brendan Sagalow, for instance, is trying to embark on a rap career.
He goes, why did I like Nikki Glazer's post? Because Brendan Sagalow's rapping.
He goes, look, there's a lot of nutty stuff going on. I think Dave Smith's been having sex with guys. So
I got videotapes of bum fights in my phone, and I'm self-producing bum fights.
I think Ian Finance is getting into bum fight production. So look, there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things.
Yeah, Monroe Martin's fighting chickens down on the Lower East Side.
Everyone's got an adventure. Okay, so I'm sorry, we cut you off. When someone makes an earnest attempt like Sagalow, which we will get back to.
Which we will get to.
Yeah, Sagalow's a rapper now. But to me, what I love is fully endorsing all attempps at anything other than comedy, because there's a moment in a day that comedians have that thing where they go, I don't know if this is the right dream for me. Maybe I should have done this, and then they go, well, maybe because I'm a comedian and I've got some popularity, I'll just put this out as a feeler and see what people think of my music. And then, you know, they gain confidence. They put out more stuff, and then before you know it, they've lost all sense of self.
Feeney, I don't follow your I don't follow your logic, and I'm also saying, wouldn't that be a bad thing to like it? Because then you're saying
No, he's saying it was nefarious. The reasons he liked it to get her to continue to make other shitty songs.
Oh, you were goading.
I'm a big listen. I texted you. Don't act like this is I texted you my whole fucking thing.
I know. I want you to explain it to Jay, because if I just say you're an agent of chaos, it sounds like I'm trying to cover for you.
Well, I was going to say, sometimes you like to just watch the world burn. You know?
Yes, that's exactly. Okay. And in Feeney's defense, that's exactly what he texted me.
I'm Feeney.
You're off the hook.
I'm willing to accept that.
And also, way to kick Sagalow under the bus. For Christ, guy's already got a 4-inch pecker, and you're going to fucking do this?
Oh, great. Now I got to join their Patreon.
Here's what I'm saying.
Don't say he's good. Don't say he's good, or we will never fight fucking dead zombies together as samurais.
Come on.
I'll give you the Patreon link, and you can.
Yes. Yes.
He goes on Jim and Sam and raps for them and stuff. So I don't know if this is repeating now.
They're like,
serious,
but
they make fun of him.
They're making fun of him.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that yet.
Oh, I get it. I got it. All right, it's clicking in now. I can I see what
if
shade.
you could please send Christine that link, it would be greatly appreciated.
Also, Feeney, just real quick advice: where the world's going right now, keep him close, because you could turn him into a mass shooter.
Yeah.
Those guys find out they're laughing behind their they find out you're laughing behind their backs, and they're going to come in fucking ready to go.
Yeah. Don't laugh behind backs or blacks while you're at it.
Yeah.
Please send it to Christine. Ari's coming in here in 15 minutes. We have to.
Feehan better be on the phone. I want Ari.
Yeah, Feehan's the other person we're taking.
You know what,
the
Feeney? You got off light, dude. You're out of here because you had a great answer. You had a great answer.
Well, good.
Jeff Ross, his liking of it, I saw coming a mile away. By the way, just to let you know what make us laugh, Jeff Ross wrote awesomeness as a comment on her thing, and it got 5 likes, and underneath it, just a person wrote,
just a guy.
No, it's not, and he goes, no, it's not, and you know it, and that got 48 likes.
Awesome sauce.
Wait, did she ever? I might have missed this. Did she ever respond to the Legion of Skanks?
No.
And also, here's the thing. Even retroactively, had I not liked it initially, I would have gone back and liked it now because it inspired the Legion of Skanks songs, which are, I mean, some would say some of your best work.
It was pretty wild. Yeah, Lewis.
I'd put it up to a top 5 episode. As a fan of Legion of Skanks, I put it in the top 5 up there with Lewis's poem.
Yeah, dude. Lewis' song, by the way, did an amazing song to the tune of Tears in Heaven, talking about how Bob Saget came to Skankfest this year.
Yeah.
And didn't know at any point that it was Lewis's festival, didn't know who Lewis was, and almost seemed confused that Lewis was in the green room, like, with him at all. And just, like, all I remember is, like, the way Lewis just closed it out. He goes, "'Cause I know I won't be ignored down at Skankfest." It was really funny. Lewis was great.
Yeah, weirdly enough, he had those lyrics written before you guys made the song.
Yeah, he was just upset before Bob Saget died.
Lewis goes, "I actually thought it was going to be James going through a window." So that's why I wrote this down.
Feeney, you're off the hook.
Get out of here, Feeney.
I believe you. I completely believe you. And maybe it's because I want to believe you.
Yeah.
But I'm choosing to believe you.
Go listen to his podcast. Feeney, get into Friday the 13th. That's the game we're going to start playing.
I'm in.
All right, download it.
All right.
We'll go hide from Jason.
Check out Here's the Scenario podcast. Mike Feeney and Brendan Sagalow, hip-hop artist Brendan Sagalow.
Yeah, dude.
Turns out he's funny, too.
MC Sags.
MC Sags.
Let's take
His
our
name is Sag Daddy the God.
Really?
Fuck him. Are you serious?
I think we're gonna call him.
God. I'll send Christine the link.
Send Christine the link.
I want to call him NBA Blonde Boy.
That's great.
I don't know. Everyone's NBA now.
NBA. I want to call him ASAP Tiny Dick.
ASAP 4-inch?
ASAP. What is ASAP? What? Why would it? ASAP.
ASAP? Yeah.
I've always said that wrong.
ASAP Sags?
So many words wrong.
It's okay.
I speak so incorrectly.
Should we take a break? Thank you so much, Feeney, for calling. And hopefully we'll get Karen
boy.
Feehan on. We'll get hopefully the Nicki remix from Legion of Skanks when we come back. So many things going on, everybody.
We were cracking jokes and then laughing. You got Jimmy Jones, 'cause everything was closed. closed.
old friends.
You were going to your hotel to jerk off.
I remember you hit on me and tried to fuck me, but I said no, so we just said we were friends. I was just excited that you were a famous guy.
Let's go.
Oy, oy, oy. I pray. I can't turn it off on this part.
I say, Sky,
Don't hurt the people I love. Seriously, Sky, don't hurt anyone.
put him down, put him
Don't
down.
hurt the people I love.
And why is rain hard sometimes? That hurts. And what's up with tornadoes, Sky? Knock it off.
You're just telling
I love you, Bob Saget.
You're just telling the sky all the things it needs to stop.
He goes, why are you just looking up and talking? I don't know.
I'm telling the sky to stop blizzarding because
She
it
kept
might
it-
hurt somebody.
She kept it non-denominational, too.
Yeah, she
I
goes,
speak to the sky, to whatever God.
God damn it, I would have so much respect if she was militarized. She's like, I look to Allah and I say, rid the earth with the infidels.
Or if she goes, I am asking Jesus Christ to spare your Jewish soul.
Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and
I ask
specifically
the one
Baptist.
true Lord Jesus Christ to forgive you for your weird paganism.
It would make more sense if she was like, and I ask L. Ron Hubbard to let your thetan go. And I go, all right, she's Scientologist. That makes sense.
I know your thetans are floating around a volcano in Hawaii somewhere.
I just reached clear. And I was trying to go for more.
My EMF thing is those little metal poles are flying all over the place.
I was doing a read, and it was pinning. And I said, I'm thinking about you, Elron.
They ask me some really basic questions
wanna
like, are you ever sad or happy or any emotion at all?
I want to take this song and then just do cult leaders.
David Koresh, you had your 7 scrolls.
Now 2 old friends.
Wow,
Damn, that sucks shit. All right.
let's take a break. We'll be right back. It's the bonfire.
In a word, a triumph.
And now back to the bonfire with
TV edit.
No, not the TV edit. They just lifted the commercials out, so it's the proper. It's the proper 64 minutes. But why'd you leave the fades in where the commercials used to be?
That's crazy.
Well, that's what.
How
that's what-
lazy are you, motherfucker?
I mean, yeah, dude. All
That's
that
what they do
money.
with the show. They take on Hulu, like when they do take the commercials out of a show.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful and appreciative to have an opportunity to share my comedy after a long career, and I just appreciate
Just
that.
what with the fucking fades.
Welcome to Faction Talk 103, where we're freed from Channel 95 and their fucking restrictions that they put on comedy. We want to fucking put Nikki Glazer at the front of the line. Guess what? She's making songs about Bob Saget. She barely knew it. We're all busting our ass.
Dude, that song wouldn't have been okay if they were the best of friends.
Man, so
Good to see you, boys. I
Great
mean
seeing
that.
you.
I
Good to
don't
see you
get
too,
out
man.
much anymore.
I know. I miss seeing you around.
I'm finally at the point in the pandemic where I trust being around comedians again.
Okay.
You know,
Enough damning
like-
articles came out in 2020 to stop you.
Not like that. No.
Well, honestly, we're probably at the point of the pandemic where every comic who's going to get it's got it. They've already had it. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
for
we're all
real.
running around. And
I go
shit,
by
so-
tour schedules where I'm like, okay.
And my paranoia wasn't like the comics, it was giving it to the boy and then my 5-year-old getting homeschooled for a month or some horse shit.
Yeah.
Did he start school during the pandemic?
Yes, started kindergarten.
In the pandemic?
In the pandemic.
What was that?
dog.
Homeschooling?
No, they were digital.
From
no,
the computer,
no.
right?
2020, he was still 4-year-old preschool. So they did and it's like trying to make a cat watch a fucking television.
Right, yeah. You can't line them up at all.
But kindergarten, they pretty much oscillated like a month on, a month remote, a month on. Like something would fuck up the house of cards and everyone would get sent home.
One wild kid just coming in and being like, my parents went to Florida and they kissed a lot of people.
Oh, and Howard Stern, they were talking about some lady called and she goes, well, I'm on a month hiatus from work. I'm a teacher. And some scuzz fucking bus driver lady just had it and gave it to every one of the kids on the bus. Just like,
Which is just the whole school
She just
at
didn't
that
tell
point.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a lot more comfortable being out.
All right.
It's good to fucking see you boys.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Last night I saw Jay at the Cellar and I left, and in our text thread, he sent a New York Post article about Hugh Hefner There's a new documentary out.
Series, 10 parts, I think.
10-part series.
He did that shit.
The Secrets of Playboy.
Whatever it is, he did it. They got 10 episodes.
Well, Roy, the one that I read...
It's too many episodes. By the way, that's too much smoke for there not to be a little dancing fire somewhere in
3
there.
episodes, maybe he mistreated a couple women.
Yeah.
10?
But listen, I've watched slam documentaries where I go, this person's just mad. Like, this
Wow.
ain't that big of a deal. I've seen those those
10 though?
No, this is
R. Kelly was only 6.
Yeah, damn.
2
you're right.
seasons though.
And
he got a second season though.
They picked him up. They're like, yeah, that wasn't all you did. And he goes, oh, no. I saved like the best stuff. For this.
Yeah, because I thought that was over. He goes, no.
Are you familiar with imprisonment? That's season 2.
Because I mean, we wrapped it in case we didn't get picked up for a second season, but like we always had a little string hanging in case we get to pull a little more story out of this.
And this is fucking 10. And the claims of bestiality are the ones where I was like,
okay, take it from the top. So what are we detailing over 10 episodes about you?
I watched the first 2 yesterday.
Okay.
So here's what I can give you on the first 2.
Look at you, celebrity influencer, getting the secret link, huh?
No, it's out.
Oh, okay.
I think 2 episodes are out, and that's it of the 10. So I watched them both. I fell asleep on the second one, actually. It was late, but I'm going to watch it tonight. It was so good. The first one was just sort of the history of it, and what's really great is watching these, I mean, girls who, by the way, they show their pictures. They were just gorgeous, so hot, amazing bodies, but they're 70 now.
that's really fun.
Do you know what I mean?
So they got that hot girl energy that's all worn down. They got former NFL player energy.
So it's just, but they're all.
It's like, I'll tell you what it's like to be hot. It's a contact sport.
Oh,
You hit.
it does not go well. Yeah.
And they're bitter about hot girls now because they have like better equipment, like the way the NFL players talk about the rules.
If I'd have had that fucking
Terry
deal.
Bradshaw would have 9 Super Bowls if they could hit him the way they can't hit Tom Brady. And, like hot girls from the 60s were like, rape. That was an appetizer to dinner.
No, well, that's the thing, is they're now coming out and being like, no, it was all like fucked up, and he introduced us to drugs and brought us into this world.
I saw one of those quotes.
And tried to make it like, this isn't weird. Like, what? You come up and we watch. First of all, here's a weird, maybe I'm wrong about this. I have never thought putting on porno would stir things up to get things going fucking a girl. Never. I've had a girl ask us to watch porno before, and I thought that was kind of weird in its own right. But to go into a room, it's like, come on, girls. And he brings 7 girls into a room with porno playing on a movie screen. I'm just like, I can't sink in to being not funny enough to let that unfold. Like, I'm making jokes about everything the whole time.
How rich was he at the time? He had to have a little bit of baller bread because that's a baller move.
Oh, this is all.
How did he make his money?
Yeah, where
all
does bread-
publishing?
I think it was the magazine stuff. Yeah, they don't even really get into that too much, other than saying like he started this magazine and it took off.
Because that's always
the
what
first
it is.
episode was Marilyn Monroe.
But here's the
That's
thing:
the biggest
we've done 7 Batman movies where you find out his parents were killed at the opera. We have 0 information about how Hugh Hefner got his money.
I bet it's
always
a Google away from finding out that.
Because you have to have a lot of money if you're going to be like, hey, 7 of you guys come into my bedroom. Let me put on this old Deep Throat. Who's
By
into this?
the time it got to that like weird, like these are my 7 girlfriends horse shit though, he was old, and it was weird for them. When he was like a younger, I guess hip at the time guy, I think he just fucked a ton. But they're all saying like this guy was into some weird shit.
So then, is he creep that slowly just morphed into? Oh yeah, I'll fuck the old guy for a little acclaim and fame, into something less creepy and more consensual. Like, how much of it was criminally creep versus just odd? Because I feel like the older Hugh Hefner got, the more it was just odd.
Odd. It's almost like
he's a 25-year-old with an 80-year-old. That's just odd.
And it's also he's sexually tasted everything to taste. So he's kind of in this weird thing where he's like, I'm gonna fuck that fish.
It's also
he's like Troy McClure. He's
it's
like,
also the problem with Playboy in general, and it's the same problem with Maxim magazine, the same problem with fucking Hooters or Twin Peaks or those fucking like restaurants. Yeah. It's for a really buttoned up person to think they're being like naughty. And Playboy really pitched to that was kind of the thing. It was like, oh, it's just a little taste, but they're saying no.
Look at their little bunny tails.
They're saying when they got away from the fucking like great articles and beautiful women in tasteful poses, it was like a real gross fuck fest thing.
Okay, so he starts Tasteful Magazine with $600, builds it into a $100 million empire, and because the magazine had big celebrity centerfolds and interviews. You could throw a party or two around that issue, and maybe
Yeah.
that's how you build your social cachet.
Sure.
And so that brings people who want to be next to stardom,
Who also want to do things extra.
Ding, ding, ding.
To be stars.
So now you're the fucking man.
Yeah, and you got women that are willing to be one of 7 girlfriends.
Who will then put up with, yeah, I'll take a Quaalude. Yeah, they're porn on. That's
One of 'em,
weird, but
Holly-
I'll stay.
Quaalude, big thing.
Yeah, Holly.
Yeah.
Holly
We're
Madison
there.
was saying that they would have orgies and he wouldn't use condoms.
Yeah.
He would like refuse to wear condoms.
But here's the thing.
Which you
also-
kind of have to know is going to come with the territory.
Here's what I'm surprised at. Have you been in enough like Hollywood stuff, Roy, or parties even, or in the LA scene? What I'm always blown away by, and we've talked about this in the show before, but the Playboy Mansion's a great example of it. People who have such belief in themselves because of their celebrity or money or power that they're not. If I was a multimillionaire, I wouldn't think 2 Playboy girls, if I walked up to them and put my arms around their like hips, both of them, was like, girls, why don't we go to the other room and talk? I think they would be like, yuck. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And these guys have the confidence to be like, what? And then they can't believe it's weird. He goes, oh, what, that oil tycoon who's got like a bullfrog face? Like, yeah, he couldn't believe that girl was upset that she had to suck his dick. He couldn't even believe it. He goes, what? That girl said she wanted to suck my dick.
She's a
and you
bunny.
believe that? You're a criminal.
Is he a creepy sex hound? Is that again back
Yeah,
to the
there's-
10 episodes?
They're saying that he just basically was wild and just partied and did, had the woman do drugs. and
Okay, so he
fuck.
was grooming.
Yes.
I'm sure that word is used. There it is, right
There
there.
it
in
is.
the
He
article.
groomed me and twisted my mind. You're
Into
exactly.
thinking his way was normal. Okay,
Yeah.
so the motherfucker was a creep and was like being shady to these chicks, and then also fostering an environment where surely I had a joke about this that just never worked, but Cosby couldn't have been the only one plotting on motherfuckers at his parties.
No.
Who else was there? That's the thing that's never discussed. Who else was at these fucking parties?
That's always a point I like to
Oh.
make because Osama bin Laden wanted to take down the towers, but he wasn't a problem until the second guy was like, "That's a good idea, and I'm going to help you with it."
Who backed him up?
Cosby had a guy that's like, "Fuck yeah, I'll help you pop."
Well,
some-
play
pop
the
some
trailer
snack."
because in the, at least I don't know if it's in the trailer.
It's
but,
in the article that it was like Cosby was around.
But I'm saying not only is he like around in the opening of the show, which if it's not in the
It's him
trailer, we
dancing.
find-
It's
no,
just the Cosby
it's yeah.
dance.
No, it shows him playing tennis at the mansion, and I forget the line, but he says something to the camera and gives a little like the eyebrow thing. He goes, And it's like very like they make it salacious on purpose.
Oh, sure.
But it's funny.
So this is the trailer for the new Hugh Hefner miniseries.
Secrets of Playboy.
It's called.
Oh, that's a disappointment.
To a point not too far into my time there, I think I was only like 6 months in, where I kind of broke under that pressure and being made to feel like I needed to look exactly like everybody else. My hair was really long naturally, and I was just like, I'm gonna go chop my hair off so I can at least look a little different. I came back with short hair, and he flipped out on me, and he was screaming at me and said it made me look old, hard, and cheap.
That's funny though. You don't think about that. He's got that old
When he's a
timey.
dick, yeah.
No, he's got old timey verbal abuse for women. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you look rinky tinky. You look like a little bit of a
Yeah.
You
You
look
lost
like
your moxie.
No, look at that. You look like a boardwalk slut. What are you doing over here? You're a damn skank. You're a damn scamp.
Yeah. You're a dime store lady of the evening, y'all.
You look like you chew bubble gum with your lips. I don't even know what that fucking means, dude. Yeah.
Keep going. Give me more of this.
Dude, look at his glasses. What? That's a what?
Yeah, what is he fucking Pitch Black? Vin Diesel on Pitch Black?
There's a lot of Playboy bunnies around.
I remember when she cut her hair. He was very unhappy about it. Yep, his world.
Hef would be pretty abrasive in the way he said things to Holly. She came down with red lipstick one time and he like flipped out and said he hated red lipstick on girls, that they need to take it off right away. Even though other people could wear red lipstick and it didn't seem to bother him. It was very frustrating to live with every day, all of the drama that was going on and the tensions. I could definitely see that she was getting depressed.
Here's the
and
problem.
sad.
It was very difficult to live with the tension. Like, they're not the girls in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They're not chained to a thing. Like, if you were like, yeah, this actually sucks, I'm sure you could have left at any time. Sign an NDA, sign an NDA
But
and leave.
Roy has brought up a good point that this kind of environment really puts people that want to be famous into it. So she's like,
This
probably
is the
in her head.
closest you'll be to celebrity.
Yeah. And she's
Oh, it's your test. Like, maybe if I get through this, I'll bounce into something else.
Exactly.
But like,
if I stick it through, I can fucking be
This
famous.
is you opening for that shitty fucking headliner 20 years ago. Fucking
right.
paid you $40.
This is when I was sleeping on my friend Johnny Bluntman's couch in Tucson because I wanted to feature for T.C. Hatter and Marcy Ann. He was a small, silent clown, and his wife played the piccolo the entire time.
The effort I put in and the place I had to stay to open for Raymond the Amish comic.
You're right, Roy. This is her being like, come on, just fucking do it. It's 2 more
Yes.
shows, and then you're
Do
home.
it, and you'll be fucking
I'll do Thanksgiving weekend. I know there's no press, but just give
Yeah. That's her being like, I'll suck your balls, Hef. I know no one's touched him since the 80s.
I get it, but it's unfortunate. Keep going. You see the
Well, what's the
whole
thing someone asked? Like, how much is this documentary going to be real or regret revenge? Like, why did I do
Regret
that to
turn
myself?
into
It's like
revenge.
exactly. It's like, well, I was one of his stupid 7 girlfriends, and I never even got a movie role. This sucks. Fuck you, Hefner.
Yeah, he ran game. He was a creep and liked to fuck weird and raw dogged at peak AIDS.
Peak AIDS. Peak AIDS raw dogged, and then also fucked animals, apparently.
He goes, it's
we
just for
haven't
the
even-
gays. Everyone put on pajamas.
Everyone, I'm going to take off my robe slowly.
So yeah, he's a wild boy and disrespectful as fuck, and probably had the women under his control based on money and self-esteem. You know, like I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, he knew how to pick them for sure. And also the thing is, I also don't like a guy. I'd feel uncomfortable if I had to perform in sweatpants on a gig. And this guy went to his biggest parties in pajamas. And just liver spotty and as gross as all hell. And just the confidence to be like, yeah, of course these 7 girls want to juggle my balls. Like, why would they
Well,
not
the
want
amount
to do
of
that?
girls that are rejected from the Playboy world is even
Yeah, you gotta
crazy.
be-
I mean, he has being a playmate girls aspire to it. Like this girl Holly said that she would look up to like Anna Nicole Smith and Pamela Anderson, and all those girls started as playmates. So you have, girls in LA, I had friends that they like got into the Playboy party, and it was like you would have to send a picture and stuff just to be let into the building. So you have the top tier women just with.
Well, that was
like,
that Holly
schmucks.
girl story. That girl Holly said, or is it her? They were like, "Yo, you can't be a playmate, but
You're
you
not
could be,
photogenic."
Yeah, but you could be Hef's girlfriend. Like that was a choice. It was
Same
like,
thing with
oh.
Bridget. She couldn't be. So you can. I had a friend Bonnie. She never got into the magazine, but she was accepted to all the parties. So she would
Slut.
get dressed up and go to all the
So
parties.
that's why they don't leave.
Yeah, because they're like, this is my only way in.
Christine's like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm going to a Midsummer Night's Eve party. I'm dressed like a forest nymph."
Yeah. I
it'd
have to
be
wear
crazy
these.
costumes.
I have to wear these fairy wings on a bus.
Hey, would you mind airbrushing my tits? I can't get them in the mirror.
Also, at what point in Hugh's age did Hugh Hefner go from wearing pajamas is sexy to necessary? Was it like around 85 to like, honestly, this thing he was way ahead of his
You
time.
ever try to put a colostomy bag in jeans? It's too tight.
Denim will pop it.
Nah, I never got invited to shit like this in LA. Like, I think motherfuckers could smell the goody two shoes on me.
Or just the fact that you're not down to play their
Yeah,
fucking
But
game.
no, just like scene party at all. Like
No,
just-
there was one. There's one black comic. I'll tell you off air because I know he's not about that life anymore. So I don't want the streets to twist his shit.
Yeah.
But I know he used to fucking like get down at his house, and I knew a lot of the comedians that would go to those parties. But for me, the problem for me is that the first 4 years I was doing stand up, I was on probation. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, I stole credit cards in college when I was 19. So like,
Brilliant.
if that was my hustle.
We were
dog.
talking about stealing on Thursday, and we talked about it on Thursday's episode, and that's big time.
Bro, I was doing it in 98. This is pre-chips and all of that shit.
Yeah, they couldn't
mailed
get you on the
cards.
internet.
There's all numbers, dude. You're all
They
numbers.
mail cards pre-activated. There wasn't even a number to call to turn your card on. That bitch was hot out the envelope, and I knew it. And I had a fucking mail sorting job. Bitch, you may as well have been mailing cash.
Really? Were you just like, oh,
the
look
second
at
you
this?
swipe, it's working.
They're like,
It's
look
working,
at,
yeah.
they're like, look at this Phoenix Coyotes MasterCard that is
Yes.
mine.
So that being on probation, I had to stay straight and narrow to stay on the road.
Sure, because you got to
You
check
can't be in the room with bullshit. You can't piss dirty. You can, like if I'm adjacent to bullshit, I go to jail. So that established just a habit of just not being around shit like that.
So people aren't going to call you because they're like, Roy can't come over. He's on probation.
Because I look at this Hugh Hefner footage and I just go, there's 8 felonies in that room. Like I can walk in a room and just see the felonies.
What did you see? The blue pen on the counter was actually over a contract that was
Equalizer.
missigned.
It's Denzel in the Equalizer when the room slows down and I can just see all the shit. I see that's 2 years over there, 4 years right there, and it's fucking plea deal right there.
Yeah.
So
I fucking
pile of drugs, prostitution. Think that's a child. Pretty sure that's a kid.
So I just, even if I had opportunities to go to some shit like that, I wouldn't have fucking gone.
Well, it's funny. I was saying, like, when I would have wanted to go, there was no chance I ever would have been able to go. And as I get older and you're like, oh, you can go to something like that, like, I'd be going to, like, roll my eyes at it all. Because the things that I would have been, it seemed so great about it, like, I wouldn't care enough. They were like, look at that. Oh, a naked, beautiful girl swinging on a vine swing. You're like, okay. I mean, it's like a strip club, basically, at someone's house.
The closest I've ever been to being on the scene, Michael Che invited me to a fucking SNL rap party.
Yeah, I've never.
And it was one of the Chappelle night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chappelle, so and I ended up leaving that early at like 1 a.m., which I considered late.
That is late.
And then you see the article in the Post at 4 a.m. Dave Chappelle invited every Hall of Fame black musician.
Yeah.
Everybody performed that night.
That's so funny.
And I had already left. That's the type of motherfucker I am. I'm just not going to stay. So
guys, Roy went home and went to sleep. Get Prince out the back. He's not dead.
Yeah.
He just showed up.
Literally, that's what happened. I woke up the next morning
and brought him back, Roy. I brought the spirit of Prince.
Oh, was that the party where Kanye went? Kanye came?
No, that was a different night, the stand.
But yeah, that's like the scene stuff. One time I got invited to an after party of like Oddball, and it was like with all those famous people, and it was like they rented a private room, and I went, and it was for 15 minutes. I ate a burger, and I was like, this kind of sucks. I want to go home and play PlayStation.
No, I'm bad at it. Yeah, I went to Che's birthday party. Even it was like a nice Soho Grand or something.
All right, we get it. Che doesn't invite me to shit.
It was just such a scene. That was one of those. He didn't like call me to come. That was one of those everyone's.
Yeah,
go.
just crash. Yeah.
And so I went, and I was like, I got talked into go. We had already went home after comedy club spots, and they would go, but it's not even starting until after SNL and everything. And I was like, oh. And then I was just awake enough. They were like, let's go at least check it out. So we and Christine, we went over there, and like,
and Shane.
Shane Gillis with us, and I was like, I got 45 minutes, man. I'll do a round. I'll have a drink, but I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Dude,
like, there's nothing to do.
Sometimes
dance.
Yeah, but sometimes you get calls like a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years. It was when Pete was dating Ariana Grande, and he called me. He's like, "I'm single forever. Let's hang out." And I was like, "I'm in town on this Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday I got gigs." And he was like, "Come and hang out in the afternoon. It'll be me and you. We'll catch up." Thinking I'm going to go hang out with Pete. And then he calls me. He's like, "Hey, actually, you got to meet me at this place in downtown Brooklyn. I'm supposed to play 2K with Lil Wayne." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to that. I'm not going to go hang out at that. The phone call makes me feel out of place." Yeah, like Lil Wayne's going to be like,
"Hey, I don't like that big white guy. Who's he standing there? I don't like that big old gangly white guy."
That's a pretty good Weezy. You need to put that on stage.
I don't know, man. Little Weezy, uncomfortable with the big-headed white guy.
Yeah, I don't know what you do, man. I don't know what you do at a party.
You show up and you go, "I want to fuck."
If a pajamaed old man came down the stairs with 8 chicks on his arm, and every other woman in the room wants to be one of the women on his arm,
yeah,
you're not pulling nobody at these parties.
Because if you do, she's going to think Hugh is seeing you fuck her, and she's blowing her chance.
Correct.
Also, I've seen. I guess you have to see like the dark side, like of it. I guess like one on a much smaller level. When I used to drive strippers and escorts to parties, driving them home, you see the dark side of that fucking world. Dennis Hoff, who's dead, the guy who ran Bunny Ranch, he used to come to the cellar all the time. And I remember the people would be like, "Oh man, Dennis Hoff, dude." And I could see right away, I'm like, these 2 girls with him that he says are both his girlfriends. You're like, they ain't into this. And then I became friends with the one. Bunny Love was her name on the show and everything. But I became friends with her. She came to my shows out in like California a bunch. And just in talking to her, and it was just kind of like, yeah, well, it was like the way to like, you could charge the most of the thing, and like, but it's like no one's like, "Oh, this guy rules." They're like, "Yeah, he's an old fat guy who like we have to fuck him if we want to work at his place." But it's the whorehouse. So if you're gonna go fuck for money, it's like the place to be. So you gotta like deal with that. I saw the guy who owned the strip club over by Caroline's. I told you when I was younger. And he knew me when he walked in. He was like, "You see the new girl yet?" And he had her come over, and he was like, "Look at this ass." He's like, grabbed her ass cheek and like spread it, and I'm like, "All right, dude." It just seems like. And by the way, she's like shaking it while he's doing it, but I go, in 8 years, miss, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck did I do with my life?"
Yes.
And I don't want to be the guy who was there going like, "Yeah, dude, dig it."
How nervous are people that they're going to be in the background in these photos?
Dude,
Special.
Oh my God, dude! That Hugh Hefner, this 10-part documentary series. The couple actors that were like, "Fuck, I did some blow in '92 and got my dick sucked in the grotto." You don't think that's going to be in there, dude?
Can you see if you can find
Scott Baio is like, "I took down a lot of pussy on that fucking backyard. I might be fucking in
Keep
trouble."
playing this, but yes, but see if you could find also the actual intro of the show when they show Bill Cosby. That's the wildest one to me. When just the way they just show it, it's like it's such a very good like
It's where they
way of
do
like getting people to watch.
It's also where they do the negative of a picture so it looks creepy, where like the eyes are hollow, like, and then him smiling, and you can make anything look evil.
All right, is it 30 seconds left? Give me the rest of this.
And her demeanor was starting to change.
I remember there were times, probably within the first couple years I lived there, when I felt like I was just in this cycle of gross things and I didn't know what to do.
Secrets of Playboy.
Oh, that was not that good of a trailer because honestly, I'm a little intrigued. But when you would see those pictures with Hugh and his wings of ladies, his two, look to the outside. I was looking at 7 and 8. I'm like, you get picked off. Pick off one of the ones on the outside.
What's funny about that was when he had the 3, he was able to make them all like names in their own right. When he had the 7, when he shows them with the 7, I go, I don't know who all of them except that Holly girl are. I don't know any of them, and they never went on to any of them.
You know what it was? It's like watching one of those young comedians of comedy on HBO specials where you're like, oh my God, look at that Dave Attell. And you're like, the people, like, I don't even know who that guy is. It's just like a guy who's like, hey, I'm a young comic.
Accomplishes if you're a woman that's like the 8th girlfriend of some guy right now. Hopefully you'll look at yourself in the mirror and go, all right, what the fuck am I? So you can change your fucking path.
Yeah, or you're super into the role and this is your last dance.
That's not going to kill Playboy magazine.
Is Playboy magazine even
It's already
really
dead.
Print is dead.
They picked up now Cardi B is like the artistic director for Playboy now.
Which is that's a death whale. That's like them being
desperation
like
move.
That's like them
Who's
being
popular?
Like, who can bring in numbers? You see comedy clubs do that all the time when they book YouTubers and shit.
Well,
They're like, we
that's
need money.
Yeah.
Dude, that was what was the award show they had her host, and like while she's like, I get that she's like charming and it's like kind of funny, but like it also makes her. It's like, did you just have a 11-year-old child host this show? I was like, she so has no idea. You know what I mean? She goes, oh, and she's like trying to read the thing, and she doesn't know where she's supposed to stand, and she's all over the place.
That's the thing about this current time we're in right now. Everybody wants to be cool, and no one wants to do the actual work. So that's why I say when you watch that Miley Cyrus, Pete Davidson New Year's, they didn't have the guy that's like, and in 10 minutes we're gonna throw it out to Miley and Pete to count. They didn't have the nerd. They didn't have the guy that's like, I'll do the paperwork. It was just Miley and Pete. So it's a minute left, and they're like,
what now?
I don't know. And they're like looking around, and they're like, where's Miley? And you're like, everyone can't be cool. You need someone there to be like, and this is what's gonna
control.
Exactly. Like, we're gonna come back from the break, and we're gonna be here with little baby, and then, oh, is this the beginning of it?
I think it might be.
This is one that I'm gonna watch it, but I almost
Look at Bill Cosby. Do
you think this is a hit job?
No.
Oh, you did.
No.
Do you think
it's too many women for it to just
10 pieces, dude?
It's too many women for this just to be. This is just your experience being blown out of proportion. Like, no, it's waves and waves of women going, yeah, the shit was weird.
It was crazy. I took Quaaludes and I woke up next to a German Shepherd.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe look into this guy. This guy, the guy that wore the robe all the time, he was a problem. That's funny to get to that point.
But
where you're like, the guy in pajamas was a problem, and because you walk in the room, walk in the room the first time, you go, well, why is that guy in pajamas?
Well, it's like hearing the Michael Jackson stuff. You're like, oh yeah, why don't we ever think that on our own?
Do you ever? Here's a terrible question. When you hear the word bestiality thrown around, and you go, yeah, so and so fucked an animal.
Sure.
Is your next thought the gender of the animal? Or is it just gross?
Gay.
Is it gross full stop? Or do you go a step further?
Now, see, I will tell
more
you,
like bestiality gay.
Yeah, I would say bestiality. I look different because if it's a male dog and a guy having sex with a male dog, I think that's a bonding exercise, like the old Spartans. That dog becomes tied to you, But if it's a female dog and you're a man fucking it, that's gross. You're fucking it for love.
Yeah.
You're not homophobic for bestiality. God, expand your mind.
Oh yeah, go to the intro.
This is the intro?
Not the, you know what I mean? Like when
It'd be funny if the first clip was them.
black and white.
We're going to show you Hugh naked. And she goes, oh God, I don't want to go back there.
Just jump to 10
I
seconds.
always feel like they should score these kind of documentaries like Vietnam with like a lot of credence. It's a lot of like war music.
Some folks were born made to wear a flag. Come on down the Green River.
Here we go. Right here. This is the intro of the show.
Vroom vroom. I'm off to my pussy palace. Follow
My name is Hugh Hefner. I'm editor-publisher of Playboy magazine.
When Hugh Hefner was just 27, he fashioned himself and Playboy as the face of sexual liberation.
Playboy is one of the most famous brand names in the world.
I would like to be remembered as somebody who played some positive part in changing the social sexual values of my time.
I believe that Hef pulled one over on the whole world.
I just wanted to fuck dogs. That was my whole plan, to fuck dogs in front of beautiful women and not have them laugh.
I wouldn't have thought he was I wouldn't have assumed he was a normal, not piece of shit before any of this. So if I met him, I go, oh, I bet he's just like a.
You need a lot.
I said when guys again, there's people trying to explain away extraordinary behavior like it's not. If you acknowledge it's weird, I think you're less weird because you go, yeah, no, I'm into this like pretty wacky shit, and then you go, oh, at least you understand it's wacky. Yeah. They just go, what? You can't fuck a dog? I thought this was America.
Yeah, motherfucker was creep mode, and then a byproduct of it was the sexual liberation at a time where that was considered rebellious behavior.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna show my nipple. I didn't shave my cooch.
But it's also almost like right now with comedy, where it's like comedy's so popular that you get people that are using comedy to talk shit or whatever, and be like, I was just doing comedy, and you're like, no, you weren't trying to be funny.
Go play. I'm so excited for this Bill Cosby.
I could name one.
Speakers is hilarious. Posers.
Did not allow for the consent of the women.
When it came to Hefner's buddies, you had to keep those secrets quiet.
What have you got for free?
When you get some
Jesus. Jesus, William Cosby.
Dr. William H. Cosby.
William, what are you?
This is also why I don't hang out with a lot of motherfuckers, because you don't know who got that funk on them.
Dude, God damn it.
You don't know.
You really
Especially
don't.
old timers.
God damn, I found out when you find shit
old
out
Hollywood,
when you're like, fuck yeah, dude. You know what it is? Jay and I just went through it with our two favorite musicians.
Absolutely.
He's a big Marilyn Manson fan, and all the charges about abuse of Marilyn Manson are coming out. I'm a big Queens of the Stone Age Josh Homme fan. His shit's blown up with his family and his kids.
I told you how worse the Marilyn Manson thing got, right?
Yeah, well, there's a 2-part documentary coming out on HBO.
I mean, it's crazy.
Josh Homme's got his kids filing restraining orders against him, and you're just kind of like, hey, you're my guy. You know?
Oh, shit.
You're my guy. Shit. But yeah, I mean, having famous friends are going to come out and be like, they had fucking weird camel sex parties.
Yeah, even the young comics, like, I ask around.
Like,
hey man, work with you, man. Fucking come on the road. Like, I don't even care if you're funny no more. Like, I ask like 5 women, because the women comics will tell you. They'll tell you that they won't go into specifics. They won't tell you who, but they'll give you enough to make a value judgment.
What's also crazy about that is when male comics, we are much worse at finding out who's skeevy. We have no idea. So they'll tell you a guy that be like, that guy's skeevy. Like a female comic will tell you that, and you're like, what?
Like,
it's always people. It said like that's why the Bill Cosby, this has been said 1,000 times, but like it's the Bill Cosby thing goes the most judgmental. Why does it have to be that way? Why can't you just be clean and blah blah, and not curse and all this? And it's just doing the dirtiest, grimiest shit.
Yeah,
always. It's the loudest person. You're like, what do you do? That's why I said all those people that are like the woke people that come after comedy. It's like, what have you done? Mm-hmm. The people that are like, you're a racist, like because of that joke. Lady, what have you done in your life? Like, did you petition to have black people removed from your apartment building or something? What are you making up for here?
I don't remember who the woman was. There was a woman that just out of nowhere, after Shane had been fired from SNL, this woman on Twitter was just like, you guys remember when that racist guy got SNL and then got fired and just like sent it? And then someone sent it to Shane and he retweeted it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you retweet that and someone's like, well, what's your Twitter about? And they found like 20 crazy racist tweets that she had from like 2011.
Nice.
And she ends up losing her job. And it's like, you went and picked a fight.
It makes me feel so good.
And then you fucking got fired because you're an idiot.
Clean up
your shit.
Well, how about the Chappelle thing with the Netflix? The
Yeah,
Netflix
there was an
protest, and
employee.
the girl that was like the one leading the charge had, I think she's like, you know what? I'm about to kill all Asians.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had some funk on her.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you don't. This shit, man. You just don't know who the fuck is doing what, man. Because I can tell you right now, like male comics, they're not just bragging about creep shit.
No.
To other male comics.
No, they have it hidden like fucking secret identities for superheroes.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't tell you. I'm definitely.
But if you ask the fucking, especially black women comics, fucking ask black women comics. Should I keep working with him? No.
Oh, who the creeps are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Just call up Yamanika or Chloe Hilliard and be like, hey, how?
I bet you them two got a fucking spreadsheet
a
PDF.
Rolodex.
They could send you.
Oh, what's her? Amanda Seals, I bet's got a fucking.
Yeah, I bet you because they just all talk, man. So that's like
That's a good way to go.
That's how like if it's someone new that I don't know much about, or hey, you should consider him for a writer, or Daily Show's a perfect example. Oh, bitch, so and so's thinking about. Hey man, I'm thinking about sending a packet to the Daily Show. Do you know who I should? I'm like, yeah, I'll be right back. Hey, Yamanika,
what's going on with this
Let me
guy?
run a couple names by you.
She's just, dude, that's so funny. You're like a progressive Charlie's Angels, where you're actually doing good work by calling up your angels.
I just need to know what the fuck is going on, and then we can decide what and all of that shit.
It's awful to say I find out a guy's like really nice and you get along with him, and then someone's like, he actually fucked me and my sister asleep.
Like to sleep?
To sleep? Okay. She goes, no, while we were asleep. He goes, no. Okay, that's wrong. No. We got a wrap.
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
Yeah, that girl's playing right now on her guitar.
She goes, I fucked the brother of a guy in Reno.
I took a doofus's virginity.
Just
to
watch him come.
It's the bonfire, everybody. Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103, Big J. Okerson, Dan Soder, sitting in the studio with us, everybody. It is the great Colin Quinn.
There it is.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
You know, honestly, we picked a volume of audience. Some people just get some claps.
You know what?
Some people get arena.
Let me just give you some things that are actually coming up from Colin Quinn instead of that old stuff.
Why? Let's just go on.
The Last Best Hope. Coming up in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Wilmington, Delaware, South Orange, New Jersey. For tickets and all tour dates, of course, ColinQuinn.com.
Any comic worth his salt hates when people are just reading the fucking credits. Only the comics I've ever seen that drink it in are the shittiest ones. We're doing morning radio with them, and they're like, and also bring up.
It's like your intro on stage when they start doing the intro. If somebody doesn't understand, you're like, oh no, they must have looked at Wikipedia. And by the time you come on stage, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, dude. And that's always the funniest thing is when you find out in the UK that they just don't do credits and they think it's like incredibly obnoxious when American comedians are say you can see me on this, and this, and they're like,
right.
Well, people ask, what do you want us to say? I'm like, dude, if you're not saying, hey, everyone, you know him from Ace Ventura, it's Jim Carrey. What does the credit mean?
Yeah.
Right.
The funniest one I saw was one time at the Cellar. They were bringing up Nikki Glaser, and they were going like, you guys know her from Trainwreck, from Inside Amy Schumer. And they were like,
too much somebody else's stuff.
And they're like, Nikki Glaser. And they're like, huh? It's like this, like, they still went wild, but you could hear the build happening. They were
well, they go,
because you know the shriek? You know the celebrity shriek at the Cellar where they go, ah!
It's so cool to hear.
Yeah, it is. When you're in the hallway, it's like hearing lightning crack.
Yeah.
Well, you watch Law and Order religiously.
Yes, it is my religion.
One of my favorite Colin Quinn bits is about you never being on Law and Order.
How about one of my earliest jokes? I don't even know if anyone would get it. One of my earliest jokes in comedy, I go, I work out religiously. Only on Christmas Eve and Easter. That's the only time I used to go to church.
I mean, yeah, how into comedy was that? Was that year one, year two?
Oh, year one.
Year one?
Oh, you won.
Do you ever
yeah.
think about your own jokes and you just go,
Most of it was horrible, but I'm telling you, some of those jokes, I wish I could write them today. I used to come out on stage and go, my girl has a face like an angel, a health angel.
Yeah, he goes, we've been getting liver for 10 years, but it only feels like 10 minutes. Underwater.
And the other one, I used to go, Danger is my middle name. Actually, it's my confirmation name.
And was this in 84?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Murdering, by the way.
Yeah. Killing. It's killing. Well, Jay is a religious viewer of Law & Order.
Do you have seen it, Christine? Yeah. You do. I love the show. I've been very vocal of my they're very irresponsible with their rip from the headline stuff.
Oh, remember when they did the rapist comic?
That's the one. That's the one I always go to because it was like such a personal thing.
Right.
It was when they were saying, "Is people making rape jokes encouraging actual rape?"
It was the Daniel Tosh.
Not only was it found in court to yes, in fact, be liable of causing rape.
Right.
But then also the comedian himself, also a rapist.
Yeah, that's right.
Who played the comedian?
Jonathan Silverman.
Jonathan Silverman,
Right.
and they filmed
Brighton
it at
Beach
the
Memoirs.
and they did Comic Strip Live. That's where he did sets in the episode.
Yeah.
Jay showed it to me, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
You can't even do comedy there anymore, let alone rape comedy. The Comic Strip Live, you can't even do comedy.
I mean, Lucian, sure, he'd pass if you had a good rape joke.
But that's what's sad about comedy in a way, is that all these famous all these people, and if one TV shows, we want to film here, they're like, oh, like it's 1975. Oh, they want to film like we're in the middle of fucking Ohio in 1970. Hey, a film crew's coming into town.
Guys, a location scout came by.
Yeah, you're going to put up like a
like
diners,
Bob
drive-ins, and dives was here like
Yeah.
they do on some shitty diner in fucking Omaha.
You know, in the middle of Manhattan, there's like famous people walking in, but they're like, oh, a film crew.
Yeah, seriously, you could see Susan Sarandon on the subway, but then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this was in a cable crime show. Oh, this is fucking big."
They were filming The Mentalist on my block.
So you love the fact that you love Law and Order is infuriating, by the way,
Why?
for me.
Well,
Because first of all, I've watched. You don't know who you're talking to. I watched many Law and Orders for various reasons, and
I'm only SVU.
And it doesn't matter. I'm not allowing it. And yeah. And if I just watched Law and Order and then visited New York City, I would keep as far as possible from the crime. The only place crimes are committed, the Dalton School.
If you go to the Dalton School, you're asking
90% of the crimes are committed on the Upper East Side, either Park Avenue or the Dalton School, either a private school on the Upper East Side.
Wasn't that the whole HBO thing with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant?
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Private school kids. And
That's right.
Murder and intrigue against.
Murder and intrigue.
Well, a bunch of the episodes, they just do things where I'm like, this is a bad. Like you're taking it such a weird stance on this. Obviously, well, this episode starts off with Benson has a son. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
Mariska Hargitay has a son now, who was somehow, against all odds, she was able to adopt because it was a baby that she was watching. This baby and a witness who was a junkie.
Right.
Junkie dies.
She takes the baby.
She's just allowed to have the baby, I guess.
Right.
It's Law and Order law.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So she's had this kid now since he was pretty young on the show, and now every year they take off, he's just aging a bit. So he's 9 years old now, his character, and they have this discussion, if you would, when
this is from the episode that just aired.
It's really I thought it was going to be the Dick Wolf screen, which when the show's over,
Right.
it says Dick Wolf.
Sure.
I was waiting for Dick Wolf, but they gave you a little.
Man, it'd be great if when people are like telling you stories in just regular conversation, if you hit the Dick Wolf at the end of their story where you knew it was done. You're like executive producer Dick Wolf, and you're like, oh, that was a pretty good story.
Well, I thought it was going to be I think the very first scene of the episode is her son's in like a big dog cage, and like some older kids like fucking with him.
Which is listen. If you've
It's
been
Big
around
Brother
older
shit.
kids,
Yeah.
you've been in a dog cage.
He was at a friend's house, and the older brother was just being like shitty to them.
You've ate stuff for money in front of them, or you have been in a dog cage. That's part of having a friend with older brothers.
We used to put my brother in the closet until he would say the N-word. It makes no sense. It didn't mean anything.
And
we just couldn't believe he would do it.
And that little brother grew up to be a grand wizard.
Yeah.
So you start young, and you can get him all the way to the top.
And that little brother is making moves.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you a little Phil Donahue action right now. now and tell you that little brother became one of the biggest racists in eastern Pennsylvania.
Started the North Fork chapter of the Proud Boys.
He is Jewish and also a neo-Nazi. How they did it, I don't know.
Christ only knows. So I thought it was going to be about a bullying kind of like B story here, but it's just this next thing is just this ending scene, which is crazy.
So Annie's mom called and wanted to have another play date, and I said that it would be better if she came to our house.
You didn't tell her it was about Hudson the dog cage.
Actually, I did.
Mom, I asked you not to.
Well,
Hudson's just an idiot. No one likes him anyway. He bullies everyone. It was just my turn to be his target.
Our kid's pretty introspective. Can you pause this? Hold on.
Nine-year-old that introspective?
9-year-old understanding bullying on this level?
Yeah. And Hudson, of course, I guarantee that private school name.
Oh, yeah. Hudson.
The playing of the public school system.
If Hudson's your bully, then someone's bullying Hudson. For sure.
Hudson?
I'm going to guess Red Hook they're shooting that.
I love it now. You just look for the locations.
Oh, totally.
I do.
Yeah, really?
They used to shoot the precinct on our street a lot.
On 5th?
Oh, yeah.
When you're on 5th and 2nd?
Yeah, the 9th precinct.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll tell you a good night precinct story, by the way, after this.
Oh, well,
he's got enemies.
I tell you what, I would have thrown a Molotov cocktail in the place if ever I could.
He had enemies. He had a guy on his street that hate him.
One of the cops, you mean?
Yeah.
They're dirty. They're on the take, I think.
All right, finish the scene.
Oh. First he went after Corey because Corey told everyone their pronouns are they, them. And Hudson started calling Corey a fairy.
Can I just tell you right now that Hudson sounds like Shane Gillis and sounds funny as hell?
Yo, Hudson rules.
Yeah. Hudson's going like, you're gay, dude. Get in this dog cage.
Yeah, tell them they're a fairy.
Tell them I'm going to put him in a German Shepherd's cage.
So then I said that I was bi. And that there's no shame in being true to yourself.
that's right, Noah. So you stood up
So
for
you suck
Corey.
and fuck.
Yeah, that's my question. Surf and turf.
All right, cool. You're going to do fucking...
That's why I said, though, when he's like, I'm bi, and she's like, oh, that's very cool. You told me that. And even that, like, I'd be like, my question would be, what adult is touching you, Noah? Because these are words that somebody else told you.
Also, what did you just
There's
get?
no shame in being who you are. Like,
Yeah, what are you, Mick Jagger in 73? You just fucked so much pussy you have to fuck a dude now?
I just found out a year ago that it's all intents and purposes. I wouldn't have talked like that when I was 9.
No way. No way.
And why don't you guys have the dice drop? I don't understand these bisexuals.
Oh!
Balls across the nose. What are these guys, flip a coin?
Dude, I love this 9-year-old has just got the grasp of bisexuality.
And bullying.
When I was 9 years old, I thought The Undertaker was a dead man. I was legitimately like, how is that man's reanimated and he's fighting for the WWF title?
Mom, sexuality is a vast spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you need to look at all political problems through the scope of individual, domestic, and systematic.
These kids, the dialogue they get them. Do you think kids are actually this
I think
smart
at
now?
9 years old, you're learning what pronoun means, let alone what someone's pronouns are. You know what I mean? You're finding out the meaning of that word.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Do you think kids are getting smarter now because of smartphones? Like they understand, like they actually talk like this?
Oh, I don't think they're talking like this, but I'm sure there's a few of them that are so much smarter, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Is it smarter or are they being like
Just parrots.
advanced more? I think they're being
But
advanced
first of all,
more
the other thing I hate about Law and Order, and the fact that all the criminals are from the Dalton School, is the fact that all the cops, with an exception once in a while, are liberal.
Oh, yeah, liberal police
Look
officer.
at her. She's like, that's good. The kid said, I'm bi. She smack him in the face. What did you say?
I'm sorry, you have a second chance to answer
Get
that
over
question.
here.
You fuck women. I want you to get a badge,
What
bunny.
did you
Yeah.
Mom,
Like
I'm
you
not
said,
gay
he's 9
no
years old.
more.
This is insane. This is like child sexuality, isn't it?
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah,
Isn't
it's like
everybody
it's like
you're supposed to
cuties.
sexualize children?
Why would you put that on to even give a shit?
I just said I was bisexual because sometimes you want to roll with a man, sometimes you want to roll with a lady.
90% of TV is weird propaganda where you can
Yeah.
read the writers. You literally, the problem used to be you'd read writers and you go, oh, you're making all the characters sound like a half comedian that's trying to put jokes on.
Yeah.
And now you're just putting propaganda on to say, leave us on the air. We're on we're the right team.
Yeah, where everyone's
It's
all
so
right.
bad.
Everyone's cool. Don't worry. I think that you can have whatever you want. That it
It's
really is a good read.
propaganda.
No, you're
It's-
right. They even said like the cops in Law and Order. That was one of the episodes too. Where they're all sitting in a bar one night and they go, "It's so hard out there, because like Black Lives Matter. It's like I want to be marching with them, but like we have to do our job. Like, is that what's going on?"
Oh God!
Yeah, dude. I mean, they honestly, the police officer that they use on set to probably read. I wonder if they gave up on that. Like when Law and Order
Yes,
first
they
was
always
a
have
show.
like an advisor, right?
Yeah, where they're like, bring the advisor in to read the script. He's like, cops don't talk like that, and they're like, oh, Dick Wolf's like, we got rid of him about 15 years ago.
Right.
Now they're just going like, yeah. Now it sounds more like a dance school. How instructors at a dance school talk than it does like a precinct, where they're like, I really
Good girl. Find your truth.
Oh my God, girl! That man was committing a crime, and I said, "What is a crime? It's a crime if you don't love yourself."
I've said that there is also a disproportionate representation right now, which I know is the other direction before, but it's weird to see the disproportionate like number of like gay people in a commercial. It's like 3 gay couples and 1 interracial couple.
Right.
Like, that's the representative of everyone who's going to this restaurant?
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the overcompensation where they go, sorry, white people don't eat Cheerios. We
what
will
was
not
that?
show you in our commercials.
What was the commercial for? We saw.
That was like that was like an old DePaulo bit where he was like, "Oh yeah, that's the home security system." He goes, "That's who's breaking in a guy that looks like a quarterback in the Big Ten."
There's a Geico or Progressive commercial. She's gonna try to find it. One of them that is
progressive.
Oh, it might be progressive.
Dude, that's so funny. If it is progressive, you're like, you can't do that. You can't be doing that.
If it is
and
progressive,
do that.
I almost respect it more now. I'm like,
It's on brand.
Yeah. And when they were pitching it, someone went, "That's genius.
It
aligns perfectly with our corporate strategy."
It's an interracial gay couple with their interracial adopted boy and girl's kids. And they're just complaining about like the car like alarms going off and they have to get it fixed or something. And it's just like they don't acknowledge it, which is almost the best way they do that. They don't acknowledge it in any way. So they do normalize it, but I rewound something that gets like to the part of the game I was watching or something and just saw it again. I was like, wait a second, is that like a family? Like, it's so weird looking.
But my favorite was the commercials where they just try to get it past you like you're not going to notice that a Coke commercial has 3 women and 1 man, and they're all watching the game. None of them are wearing sports apparel.
Yeah.
When they're drinking Coca-Cola and they're like, for the big game, and they're like all on the edge of their seat, like, like those people give a fuck about it's fat white dudes with, sauce, or it's like guys.
The purple team won.
It's like a black guy in an old Eddie George Titans jersey, and he's just like, I fucking work at Walmart. This is everything to me. But they don't. Coke doesn't show that. They show like 4 models that could be an Abercrombie ad.
Right.
It's fucking
Now,
crazy.
if they showed 3 chicks and 1 gay guy just watching like a Justin Timberlake halftime show, I go, that makes
exactly.
sense. That makes sense. Everybody else is not smoking cigarettes and weed.
I feel like everyone's performing for everyone else. Like the writing on this, the writing on Law and Order is performing for the writers on fucking.
Absolutely. Everybody's like, it's just like,
look how cool I am.
just touching in, like,
Yeah.
hey.
But
Guys,
the problem is also
kids that are bisexual are cool.
the problem is also
This is particularly egregious,
Just some
even in the
9-year-old
world of madness.
just some
this
9
is particularly
the problem's
a
also
9-year-old smoking an unfiltered cigarette. Sorry, going like, yeah, I had a bird and then I had a bloke. I had a little bit of both. I don't mind.
But I'm
This is
saying-
crazy.
Yeah, it really. But it's also just like no one can get past the underlying question. That's like not the point of it at all. So if you say something like that, he goes, "That's a ridiculous lineup for that commercial." They go, "You have a problem with gay people?" Like, no. Like,
No, but if you're selling me
be
a
as
product,
gay as you're going to be. I just don't understand why you're like. It's like this isn't what this would look like.
if you're
This is
if you're
odd.
selling me a commercial,
I'm
for
not going to
autism-
listen to this in Andy Cohen's studio.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right. You know what? The ground's going to start rumbling. You're going to start hearing stuff break. One of the lights is going to fall off like
Oh my
Indiana
God.
Jones, and everything's collapsing.
We've angered the cum volcano behind you.
Well, bring up that racist couple on the train that got fired from their dealership. I think they worked at a Long Island car dealership.
Together?
Yeah, they. It was a racist
great.
couple on the Long Island on the LIRR.
Oh, I think I saw this one.
Did you see this one?
Yeah,
and they
couple
were like
weeks ago.
yelling. They were like yelling at a family that that looked like immigrants.
They ain't taking over my country.
Yo, dude, it wasn't you. They were like.
I wish it was Philly.
It was like
what a better accent.
It was
for
like
this.
send me to jail, bro.
I
That's
know.
what it was. It was like send me to jail.
First of all, it's not a better accent for it.
What? Oh, the Philly thing?
Yeah.
I mean, Philly and Long Island
to be garbage racist.
Be garbage
What's that?
racist.
To be garbage
Yeah.
racist stuff.
That is really the
pretty
main-
funny accent.
We
to
like
this.
our New York accent for this stuff.
Yeah, but where's that old?
Hey,
Where's that
boy.
old Lower East Side?
Hey,
You know,
this guy The people on Long Island have the New York accent.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah, Long Island is the New York accent.
Why
now.
don't you
That's
get
where it
yourself a
lives.
hot dog wig? You can get out of my name.
Oh yeah, that Mid-Atlantic though. You go
Hot
to
dog wig
Baltimore.
Yeah, Philly's they're great.
It's one of my favorite weird accents that I never knew until I moved to the East Coast.
Yeah, it's a real specific one.
You don't even realize it.
You get in The Wire a lot.
The Wire, yeah.
No, not as much as you. One of my big complaints in The Wire was when they had a couple of those Baltimore guys. I was like, oh, there's that Baltimore accent.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't. I thought that was weird
Oh,
too.
it used to piss me off.
But when
all
it gets
the
to
time.
the old men cops, they were always had it.
Yes, but the same thing pissed me off in Casino. If you're gonna make the movie about Chicago, everybody has to do the accent. Pesci did it. De Niro's just like,
Yeah, but no one else has that. No one else has that Northern Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of like.
I'm saying De
I'm not even
Niro's just
doing
like,
this.
I'm not doing an accent.
Yeah.
Well, De Niro's not doing it, and then you can't make anybody else do it.
Scorsese's like, Bobby, please. He goes,
Yeah.
No,
I'm not good at accents.
I'm gonna
I knew.
forget it after a little bit.
I saw him in this movie from like early on in his career. Right after Raging Bull, he did a movie. It was a good movie, The Mission or something. But anyway, it was like set in like 1800 or 1700, and he was doing a New York accent.
Really?
Yes.
That's so funny. He's like, a little bit.
He's
I
like,
don't
yeah,
know.
whatever, yeah.
I don't know what's happening. That is great.
Well,
Chicago
my
mob.
lady, there's a flip side to that coin.
Yeah. I always love that thought of like people that should be doing certain accents and they're just like, fuck you.
Yeah,
I don't do
but
that.
they're big enough to get away with it. But I
Yeah.
mean, Pesci did it perfectly.
Yeah. Because Pesci has the perfect New York or the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Fucked up big time, Frankie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That was a great line. It was
Even
a
when he
great
goes-
delivery.
Even when he goes,
Charlie M.
Yeah.
Charlie M. You made me pop your eye out of your socket for that fucking prick.
Hilarious.
Do him a favor.
that's it.
Do him the favor.
By the way, Casino, not a great movie.
Really? I love it.
Let me tell you something. Casino, better than the other overrated movie that won Best Picture. I always forget what it's called. From Boston.
Departed.
The Departed.
Oh,
You didn't like
couple of
Departed?
good scenes.
Yeah.
These movies are shit compared to like the streamline of Goodfellas and Mean Streets and Taxi
Yeah.
Driver and even Raging Bull. But Casino, the reason I love Sharon Stone. She was
great.
Yeah.
She's the greatest.
Yeah, she's
But
amazing.
the truth is, and it's heresy to say, James Woods should have played De Niro's part.
Yeah.
And James Woods' part should have been played by somebody, I don't know who, but somebody.
Somebody scummier.
Somebody more sexual, too.
Yeah, because you didn't believe how he
James
had
Woods
to
is
took
a
him.
nerd. He should have played De Niro was not great in that movie.
Yeah.
No,
that's
he wasn't.
a bold call, but I can
a
see
terrible
that.
thing.
Well,
to say.
as you just said that, I was like, I'm trying to think of any of my favorite things in that movie or him. It's not.
You know
at
what's
all.
another?
No.
You talk about The Departed, though. That was something where Jack Nicholson was like, "I ain't doing the accent." And they're like, "We need you to do it once or twice," and he goes, "I'll do it twice."
You just nailed the whole problem with The Departed. Jack Nicholson, one of the greatest actors of all time. So miscast for that part.
Not Whitey. I mean, Whitey
And-
Bulger.
Yes.
He's supposed to be Whitey Bulger. It's supposed to be
And
the,
you're supposed to be Irish. You start out with a wild sex scene.
yeah.
That's not the Irish.
Even
way.
when he puts the coke in, and he's like, "Eh."
That's not the fucking.
Yeah.
He was too much for that.
Did you like Black Mass? Is that the one you're saying?
Blast.
No,
with
but I
the-
liked his tooth.
Yeah,
that was a nice touch.
He did have the dead tooth and
I know.
the contacts. It was great.
Yeah, that was good. He was
Yeah,
good.
Black Mass was a letdown.
Yeah, it was a letdown.
Because you're supposed to be like, even if you read any of the books about the Winter Hill Gang, you're like, they did a lot of crazy shit.
Dan's a big fan of the John Travolta vehicle Gotti.
I saw
Wow.
I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, Colin, it was one of the best movie going experiences I've ever seen in my life, because for the entire time, an audience of strangers got together to laugh at this attempt at a bio.
Yeah.
There's a scene in the beginning of the Gotti thing
Yeah.
where they're under the Queensboro Bridge.
Right.
They're under the 59th Street Bridge, and it's just looking at Manhattan, and it's just a guy in a coat, and it's Travolta as Gotti, and he turns around and he goes, "New York City. My city." And when he said that, everyone in the theater collectively laughed except one guy that I think might have been made in the Gotti family and was there to, because the whole time we would start laughing, he'd like look back and be like, "You guys are fucking up this great movie."
New York is so weird.
Wow, it's my city. New York's
so weird.
It was
I watched 20 minutes. I mean, I couldn't believe I had to turn it off. I couldn't turn it off. I
So
couldn't
it's
keep
always
watching.
it was one of those movies.
So bad.
It's Gotti's one of those movies where you watch it where it's just clear who from the Gotti family wrote the movie,
Right,
and it's
right.
his son. It's clearly
Right,
Gotti
that
Jr.
was the
wrote
problem,
it
yeah.
because he was like, even the stuff that Gotti Jr. caught in real life, I think for being a snitch or
Right.
something, he caught some shit. They were like in the movie, they're like, no, that was all misunderstood.
Sure.
It's like they did that with the NWA movie with Dr. Dre.
Right.
All the stuff about him tossing around women conveniently wasn't in the movie.
Right.
He was just
Well,
like,
that's the problem. You get the real people, but then they're like, hey, I'm not putting that shit in here.
yeah, the Biggie movie, it was clearly written by Puff Daddy. Because Puff Daddy's like, you should call yourself B.I.G. And he's like, well, that's a real good
To me,
idea.
that's always my example. Was at the end of it, it was like, hey, Big, we're gonna leave and go in this car procession down the street.
Right.
He's like, hang on, let me call everybody I love and say something really important about the future. Mom, I'm gonna change things as soon as I get home tomorrow.
Oh, let me tell
I'm gonna
you-
take care of my kids better. I promise,
Dude,
Faith, I'm sorry about everything. So I gotta go to this party now.
I'm trying to think of all the, because we love to make fun of biop lines, because
Yes.
in biops
Yes.
they always do the that's it, that's the song. When they like say
Yes.
the line, where they go, I don't know, I just can't get no satisfaction, and they're like, that's it. Which is fun to think of the Colin biop, where he just gets off stage at the Cellar and he's like, tough crowd, and someone's like, that's it. That's the show.
Well, it's funny. We did it. That was how the moment happened. So we spent not that moment.
You guys had a buy-up moment?
We had a buy-up moment, I swear to God. It's for like a week. I'm asking everybody, give me a name, give me a name, give me a name for the show. And we're all coming up with all these names, like
The Silly
Society-
Bunch.
Yeah, like the Society of Crumb Bums. Was one. Like, everyone's throwing out a million names. And then this one kid that worked on the show that I actually knew from MTV, which is how I started a lot of stories. And he came in and he goes, he gave a suggestion. And it's like, it's 8 at night, we're all so tired. Everybody just looks at me and goes, oh, tough room. And I go, that's it, tough room.
Yeah.
And I go, tough room, tough crowd. And everybody's like, we like tough crowd, but I like tough room better.
Tough room's
I was
good.
going to call it tough room.
Should have been called
But
Tough
everybody's
Room.
like, tough crowd is better because it's more commercial, and I wanted to call it tough room.
Yeah.
But
that's so funny. It was a buyout moment.
it was one of those moments where the guy, he
that's
said it, and I
great.
go, that's it.
What a tough
He was
crowd.
giving
That's
a
great.
suggestion, it was bad, and he
Me-
goes, tough room.